Good evening and a warm welcome to Thursday's edition of Primetime News. I'm Salima Shimwe-Feleni. Leading tonight's bulletin, Air Namibia's aircraft have been grounded while all flight operations have been cancelled, the airline management announced in an urgent notice released on Wednesday. This was confirmed by the airline spokesperson, Twaku Kayofa, who told the Namibia press agency on Thursday this follows resolutions taken by the Cabinet Committee on Treasury to shut down the airline operations until further notice. Air Namibia has been struggling financially for years. Government has spent about 8 billion Namibian dollars over the last 10 years to bail out Air Namibia. Deputy Minister of Health and Social Services, Dr. Esther Munyangwe, on Thursday announced 4 COVID-19 deaths, 2 from the Rundu district and 1 each from the Karasburg and Windhoek districts. Munyangwe made the announcement at the Government Information Center.
The first Rundu death is a female, age is unknown, and this person had known comorbidities. The death happened on the 9th of February. The second case, death from Rundu, is an 83-year-old male with no underlying conditions who passed on the 3rd of February. The Karasburg death is a 95-year-old female with known comorbidities who passed on the 8th of February. And the Windhoek death is a 75-year-old female, also with known underlying conditions, who died on the 10th of February. All deaths are classified as COVID-19 deaths. We express our sincere condolences to the bereaved families.
Prime Minister Sarakuhongerwa Amadira has called on members of the National Assembly to respect the dignity of the National House and the nation through their conduct in Parliament. Alvi Hayambo has more.
Speaking during the official opening of Parliament for 2021, Prime Minister Sarakuhongerwa Amadila noted that it has become a habit that once members disagree, some members opt to disrespect the rules of the National Assembly.
We can agree, but we can agree without violating the rules of the House. But I think what has become a tradition in this House is that whenever people disagree, they disregard the rules of the House, they disrespect the Namibian people. And I want to not only implore my colleagues in Parliament to recognize that when they do that, they are not only disrespecting maybe the people that they don't like, who are members of the Soko Party, they are actually disrespecting the House and the Namibian people.
She further implored the presiding officer of the National Assembly to invoke the necessary provisions of the law in order to allow the Namibian people to enjoy the benefits that are guaranteed to them under the Namibian Constitution. Kuhongerwa Amadila went on to defend President Hage Geingob, who virtually opened Parliament for the year via a pre-recorded statement which infuriated members of the opposition parties, resulting in chaos during the opening. Several opposition party members expressed disappointment in President Hage Geingob's decision to officially open Parliament virtually, saying it was unacceptable. Popular Democratic Movement leader McHenry Benane in the National Assembly said, for the president to officially open Parliament virtually is a national embarrassment. In her response to Benane's remarks, the Prime Minister said the President has not committed any violation by opening Parliament virtually, stating that she is not aware of any provisions of any law that states that the President must be physically present to make an address.
Even if the President wanted to deliver the State of the Nation address from State House, he can still interact with us virtually. There is nothing in the law that prevents that.
Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
The Shack Dwellers Federation of Namibia and the Dolam Children's Home were chosen as recipients for the second edition of the MTN Knockout project. Speaking at a press conference in the capital on Thursday, MTC's Chief Human Capital and Corporate Affairs Officer, Tim Ekanjo, said the project had 2 objectives. Firstly, to start the conversation on homelessness, and secondly, to raise funds.
The charity event, in the format of a peer music concert, paired 30 local personalities to perform as their favorite local Namibian musicians. MTC's Chief Human Capital and Corporate Affairs Officer Tim Ekanjo told the press conference that the event raised a total amount of $1,183,340 Namibian dollars.
Homelessness is very, very serious. In fact, I personally think that we should declare a national emergency when it comes to homelessness, because we can't have over 1 million citizens out of mere 1.5, 1.6 million people not having homes. It is totally acceptable. And it is a reflection on all of us Namibians, not just on government, but on all of us, because we must play our role.
The Shack Dwellers Federation of Namibia will receive 1 million Namibian dollars, while the Dolam Children's Home will get 183,340 Namibian dollars.
Until I met you in the Knockout, MTC. That was when I realized that you changed the term social responsibility into a new trend. I took it as a trend. When a big corporate company starts to make a change and becomes part of the people.
So the funds are already been allocated, as Tim mentioned here. This is Sumkwe, this is Gokhas, this is now Khipion. And Khipion and Gokhas, they already started with their main voting of the bids, and we are still waiting for Sumkwe to start. But if the funds, if Sumkwe is very slow, we will move the funds to Gokhas again, because Gokhas have got enough land that they've been given. So Sumkwe is still urban area or whatever. But if the funds are not being used by Sumkwe, and then we will let you know. We are not going just to move the funds because you are the ones. Really, we appreciate, we build so many houses through MTC funds. We appreciate that.
We will be back shortly after the news roundup. Welcome back. Namibia Airports Company Chief Executive Officer, Bisi Oirab, says the company plans to invest over 1.3 billion Namibian dollars in infrastructure development across all 8 airports in the country within the next 5 years. Erasmus Shaliahwe compiled this report.
Addressing the media and stakeholders from the banking sector at the Osiakotago International Airport on Wednesday, Namibia Airports Company Chief Executive Officer Bisi Oirab said the investment will be for all airports under its management across the country, with the aim of improving compliance, operational efficiency, and revenue generation. Immediate interventions include 250 million Namibia dollars for the Osiakotago International Airport terminal congestion alleviation and 20 million Namibia dollars for the Eros Airport runway holding action. These are meant to address immediate safety and security concerns at the 2 airports, as well as the congestion situation, particularly at the Osiakotago International Airport.
We would like to position the Osiakotago International Airport as a hub airport for aviation in Southern Africa. Therefore, what we are doing is by no means the end of it. This is the first phase, and we anticipate that in the coming years that we will significantly invest in this facility to ensure that we have a top-class airport so that we can attract the top airlines and then people start using this airport.
He added that the lineup projects for the following financial year include the Hosea Kutako International Airport apron expansion, Hosea Kutako International Airport queue system, Undangwa apron rehabilitation, Katima Mulilo runway holding action, Walvis Bay airside boundary wall, Walvis Bay electronic equipment, and Hosea Kutako International road upgrade. He further added that the company firmly believes that its relationship with the banking sector and central government have become critical for the resuscitation of the aviation and tourism industries post-COVID-19.
Government obviously being our only shareholder and a major partner, we want to continuously engage with the government, strengthen our relationship with the government, various ministries and other offices to ensure that they understand and appreciate our thinking for going forward. And we also want to hear from the government what the expectation is from us as they are leaving. So we want to strengthen that relationship at all levels, from the executive to operational levels, and also other agencies of the government.
Josephine Simeon, Nampa News.
The sports news will follow shortly after the economics roundup. And in sports news tonight, national cycling champion Drikus Coetzee has set his sights on competing at the 2021 International Cycling Union World Championships, slated for 19 to 26 September 2021 in the Flanders region of Belgium. Sports reporter Hesron Kapanga compiled this insert.
Drikus Coetzee, who over the weekend won the Nedbank National Individual Time Trial and Road Race, said his goal for 2021 is to try his time trial skills once again at the UCI World Champions, an event he competed in 2 years ago. Coetzee stated that one of his objectives is to push himself in 2021 for possible selection to the 2022 Namibia Commonwealth Games team. The Commonwealth Games is an international multi-sport event for members of the Commonwealth and is scheduled to be held in Birmingham, England.
We will return after the sports roundup. That's all the news we had for you tonight. Many thanks for tuning in. If you're new to our channel, please subscribe, like, share, and click on the notifications bell to stay up to date with the latest happenings locally and globally. From myself, Salima Shimwe-Feleni, and the entire Nampa crew, it's good night.